It's time to do some reviews, yo! Hello, everybody. Tyrone the God 3 here, and welcome to Pokemon XY Anime Reviews, Episode 20, The Battle Chateau, Grant vs. Viola. Now, this episode, I really loved this episode, actually. There was so many things, not just, ignoring just the Pokemon battles for a second. I loved a lot of things in this episode, and I'm going to explain them in the summary, so let's do it. Alright, so the episode begins with Serena and Bonnie showing Ash the Battle Chateau on the map. And basically Serena's like, hey, I checked this out. It's called the Pokemon Battle Chateau. Trainers meet up and battle and then they win something. Ash assumes that it's a badge, which is weird because it's not a gym. And Bonnie assumes that it's going to be cake, and Clement's like, no, you guys, it can't be any of those things. And then, basically, these two guys come out. Their names are Nicola and Tesla. I think those are puns off something. Anyway, they show up and they're like, hey, it's actually ranks. Like, you get ranks for winning the Battle Chateau battles. So, with that said, Nicola and Tesla introduced themselves, and they had this weird, rapping motif going for them. They've done this before with some characters, but I'll just call them the Killer Bee of Pokemon, because that's how they're saying yo, and I think it's traditional in, anime for characters that rap to say yo at the end of everything they say. So, they're doing that. And Serena is getting very annoyed by this. She's like, ugh, the rapping is just very, ugh. And then, basically, Ash meets the new Pokemon of this episode, which is the evolved form of his fletchling, Fletchideer. Which, I gotta say, Fletchideer definitely looks a lot cooler on the anime than it does in the video game. So, yeah. With that said, they introduced themselves and, Tesla and Nicola explains that you get ranks for winning battles in the Battle Chateau, and we're headed there anyway, so you guys might as well just follow us. So they do that. They all head off to the Battle Chateau. And it was cool to note that Serena picked out the Battle Chateau because she thought that Ash would like it. So she does have Ash's mindset in her mind when she suggested the Battle Chateau. Anyway, when they're introducing themselves and they're all headed there, they explain that you get ranks for battles, and when they finally get there, Nicola explains that he's already a rank. Now, I know Baron and Duke are ranks in this one, but I'm just going to call their ranks by color, with white being the lowest rank and purple being the highest. So anyway, when that happens, they get into the Battle Chateau, and the old man who's the head of the Battle Chateau explains how each of the trainers are called knights instead of trainers while they're at the Battle Chateau, and how everyone is formal and greet each other and things like that. His younger brother, Nicola's younger brother, Tesla, is making his first debut in this as well. So Ash decides to sign up the same time he does. When that happens, they go into the room and meet up with the rest of the knights. Now, the thing I like about this, when this is happening and they're showing off the Battle Chateau, they play a new song. Yeah, there's actually two new songs in this episode. One of the new songs is the Evital, the Evital and the Xerneas music. They're like when you battle them in the game. So, it's like a nice orchestrated version of that one, and it comes out really well. So anyway, Nicola requests a challenge from one of the knights, and this guy who's clearly a rich boy, because he has the same outfit as the rich boys in the game, the rich boy Pharaoh challenges Nikolai to a battle. So those two battle, and they're both white ranks, which is known as Barons. And then this is where Ash and Tesla learn about the ranking system. Tesla kind of already knows about it. So the ranking goes white, which is Baron, and then the other ones, I don't know the name, but I know their color. So the next ranking after that is blue. The ranking after that, I believe, is green, and then red, and then purple. With purple being the highest, which is known as a duke or a duchess if you're a female. So with that said, the battles basically begin when the two trainers touch Pokeballs, and then they spread out to the battlefield, and the battle begins. So, obviously, Nikolai is going to use Fletchideer, and his opponent, Pharaoh, ends up using Dusknoir. And I think it's cool how every Pokemon that has existed in a previous generation, from Generation 6, Serena busts out her Pokedex. But when the Pokemon that appears from a current Generation 6, Ash busts out his Pokedex. It's a good way to, like, show that one knows these Pokemon already while the other doesn't. So, when that happens, the battle goes off and Dust Noir actually phases through one of the attacks and does a Thunder Punch on Fletchideer, which is super effective, but Fletchideer still has enough health to go in and gain speed from the first Flame Charge attack in order to do a second Flame Charge attack, which is more powerful and knocks Dust Noir out. So Nikolai ends up getting his rank up from white to blue. Then, well, after celebrating that battle, the next battle goes in. And while all of this is happening, you can also see the gym leader, Grant, is on top of a wall. He's on top of the Battle Chateau walls because he likes to climb. And Ash pointed him out earlier. Actually, Pikachu pointed him out earlier, and Nikolai explains that, that's just Grant. He loves to climb on walls. But that's all they really kind of knew about him. So with that said, while that battle was going off and they were all watching, Viola actually came in to the Battle Chateau as well and noticed Ash. And it's odd. I think that Viola was like kind of flirting with Ash in this episode. It was weird. Like, she didn't notice anybody else. She didn't notice Serena, Clement, Bonnie, or the others. And like the way she tapped at Ash in order to get his attention, and even when she was talking, she winked at him. So, I don't know, those are just common anime signs of flirting. Anyway, when Viola shows herself to be there, she explains that she is a Duchess, which is the female version of the Duke. And then everyone gets together for the main battle that was supposed to happen, which is basically a battle between the two people that just appeared in the Battle Chateau, which are Ash and Tesla. So, Ash battles Tesla in their fight. And when they start to battle, Ash and Tesla point their Pokeballs towards each other. And it turns out that Ash had Pikachu's Pokeball. He just holds it, but Pikachu never goes in it. So the battle begins with Ash using Pikachu against Tesla's Fletchling. Now, I like the results of this battle, but I don't like the fact that Ash used Ash used Pikachu. Like, come on now. This would have been a perfect time for Ash to show off his Fletchling. Like, the two could have fought to see which one's stronger. Or Ash could have used Froakie. Like, anything better would have been better than using Pikachu. Like, Ash has used Pikachu too much, first of all. And second of all, Fletchling has had no screen time at all since the battle with Viola. So, yeah. It's like Fletchling has had no battle time at all. Anyway, Pikachu battles off against Fletchling, and this is actually a really cool looking battle because Pikachu ends up using Electro Ball and Thunderbolt, and Fletchling's really fast, so it's dodging all of the electric attacks. But then Fletchling ends up using Feather Dance, and I love how they're paying attention to stat moves in this one. Feather Dance basically makes it so Pikachu's physical attack gets lowered, so now it doesn't do as much damage when it hits. So Fletchling ends up using Steel Wing and Pikachu counters with Iron Tail. And the two are just really battling it out. But then Pikachu knocks Fletchling out into an open, uses the Thunderbolt, and ends up beating Fletchling. So Fletchling's out. And with that said, Ash becomes a Baron, or a white rank. So after that little battle happens, Viola wants to take all of their pictures to congratulate them for the battle. And while they're all getting ready to take the picture, Grant throws his gloves on top of Viola, which means, you guessed it, a battle between two Dukes is about to go down, and two gym leaders, obviously. So when they're about to battle, and this is probably the most intense battle ever, Viola ends up using Surskit, which was a good call on her part because, it's water and it's bug. So that part water gives it an advantage to Onyx's rock ground. And Grant ends up using Onyx. Now, one thing to point out, they also reveal that they're both Dukes, like the second highest ranks, which means the winner of this battle becomes a Grand Duke or Grand Duchess. So, one real cool thing to note out, not just the battle animations of this fight in particular, but also the music. This is where the second song I was talking about comes in. When they start to battle, they battle to the trainer music that you get from the game, which has already been in the anime already. Only this time, it's a remixed version. It's got, drums and a cool little like, it's a remix. It's a cool little remix. It's got like a drums and things like that, and different techno, and it's better to listen to. It's a way more advanced version of the song. So the battle goes out, and Surskit does the same strategy it did against Ash, cover the entire field in ice, or at least where it's going in ice, so that it can go slide really fast across the stadium. It's dodging a lot of the Rock Tomb attacks, and then even using Protect on final Rock Tombs. But Onyx shows to be really fast, and it's also able to control where the rocks go in the Rock Tomb. So Tesla points out that was a lot of training done in order for him to have that be a thing. And while Surskit seems to have the advantage in speed, Onyx completely obliterates that disadvantage by using Rock Polish to increase its speed so that it can match up to Surskit. And then it ends up using Rock Tomb, finishes things off with Flash Cannon. Actually, even before that, there was a cool little like beam struggle between Single Beam and Flash Cannon. But then Onyx finishes it up with a Rock Tomb and then a Flash Cannon while it's trapped in the Rock Tomb. And the battle's over. Grant ends up winning and becoming a Grand Duke. So, yeah, he's the highest rank in the Battle Chateau as of now. And with that said, Ash is also a white rank, so that's a cool, like, some development right there. So with that said, Grant is about to walk off, and Ash is like, hey, you were really cool. I hope to be a higher ranking so that I can battle you one day as well. And then Grant basically explains, you're headed to, I can't remember the name of the city right now, but he's like, you're headed to the next city, Ash. Well, it turns out that we'll probably be battling way before the Battle Chateau because I'm the gym leader of that place. And this is a funny little scene. When he points that out, Serena's like, whoa, you're a gym leader? And then Nikolai comes, wow, that means you was a battle between two gym leaders. And then Clement comes like, you used Onyx, so you use rock type Pokemon in your gym. And yeah, everybody's like butting in front of Ash to say like their own words. So Ash is just suffocating inside of this group of his friends. And he's like, yeah, that's basically what's going down. And Ash is like, rock types, huh? And I gotta learn how to dodge Onyx's Rock Tomb maneuver. So Ash now has his goal set that he'll get his Pokemon ready. Oh, and while this battles were happening, Ash chose Froakie and Fletchling to come out of their Pokeball so they can watch the battle too. So that was a cool little thing that happened, I guess. So yeah, there's some screen time for Fletchling because God knows he didn't get in this episode. But with that said, Nikolai tells Ash that the next time you'll see me, I'm going to be a Grand Duke. And Ash is like, I'll increase my rank and get stronger too. And then we'll meet again in battle. So Ash has got himself a little rival. Another rival, maybe. A potential one. Hopefully they remember to bring him back just like Sanpei. Because these two, like Ash is finally able to get some really like definitive rivals now. So yeah, hopefully they can remember to keep them in the script. So anyway, yeah, they all say their goodbyes, and now with the Battle Chateau done, they all head off to the next city. And that's basically the end of the episode. Now, how do I feel about this episode? I love the concept that now we have Battle Chateau in this, and it's done way better than I thought it was going to. With this said, we don't even have to like stretch for episodes anymore, or at least like stretch for filler episodes, because now we have a new system in which Ash can just compete in the Battle Chateau and rank up each time in order to become a Grand Duke. Like they can it's like the battle tournament for Best Wishes. Like we have something we can actually come back to, and it's a repeating thing, and they have quite a lot of ranks, so it won't be something that just barely happens. It'll be something we get to come back to each time. Every now and then again. Like we don't have to be flooded with filler episodes. One thing I don't like I stated before, I wish Ash used a different Pokemon other than Pikachu, because come on now, Fletchling hasn't had a real battle for real. And I guess they did that only because Fletchling, it would be weird to show two Fletchlings battling each other. Like that would look confusing, I guess. But come on now, it's their Pokemon. They can recognize their master's like commands. Anyway, yeah, I thought that was kind of cool, I guess, though. But I really like this episode. These are some good potential rivals. Oh, and also when they were saying goodbye, Nicola and Tesla get back to their like rapping phase, and Serena's just really annoyed at it. So that's a funny little running gag. But all that said, that's basically what went down. And I'm sorry it took a while to do this review. It's just like the subs have been being weird. Like it's taking a really long time to do subs. By the time this episode is subbed, I'll probably be watching the Raw episode for the Raw episode 21, the Serena episode. I can't remember the episode's name right now. Cerebri is already shown the preview for the next thing. So until we meet again, the next episode will be Serena's episode 21. So I'll see you all then. Tyrone the God 3 out.